So welcome to another video from theplayers8.com. My name's Alexander.
And I'm Grant. I'm Grant.
And I'm Ken.
Yes. So we are here at Buckeye Game Fest, and we are proudly sponsored by Blue Panther, so thank you very much for that. We're here with Ken Repel, who is a up-and-coming war game designer. Is that okay to say?
I'll accept that. Yes. Okay, good. I like the label.
Yeah.
I like that. That's good.
We have a finished game that's sitting. We have a finished game that's clipped and ready to go by Ken, 1812.
Which is the new one from Compass Games that looks amazing. Ken is here with us at Buckeye Game Fest, and he has a couple of new designs, prototypes that he brought with us.
Right.
Many of them from the American Revolutionary War.
Right. All from the, I call it Burgoyne's campaign. I think that's what we're going to call it, Burgoyne's campaign.
And tell the folks how many you have here.
Well, we have 3 battles in this campaign. Okay, so we're looking at a series of 3 battles: Hubbardton, Bennington, and the Saratoga. But of course, there's 2 battles of Saratoga, so there's really 4 in the box. But 2 of them are fought in the same.
And all of those are on the table in the other room.
Yes, they are.
And I will show you what those look like. There'll be some B-roll of that, so you can see with the wonderful artwork that you've done yourself.
Yes, very good, yes.
Yes. So those are coming out later on down the line.
Right. We're in development right now. We've play tested the heck out of Saratoga and Hubbardton. We're just starting on Bennington though.
Yes.
Yep, done the research, got the pieces, got the map ready. Got it ready just before I came here, put the pieces out, said, boy, this looks great. Scooped it up and came right to Buckeye.
Yes.
Yep.
So, and that's going to be through Compass Games. We have to say that. Awesome. So, I want to have a quick chat about 1812. Because most people see that game and have to double take because of the look of the map. Doesn't look like anything else we've ever played, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I call it a hybrid of a point-to-point and a hex map, because I think of it more as a point-to-point, like you have a city, Erie, you have Pittsburgh, and then a series. Usually there's just a line that goes there. I just broke the line into hexes. So you could be stopped in between the locations, that's all.
Awesome.
How did it get there? Evolution.
And so how long did it take to develop it to get to that point?
A couple of years. Because, of course, I started with a complete hex grid. And then eventually things just got smaller and smaller, right? This hex is no good. This hex, we don't use this. And it's skinny down to the waterways. What it does is it focuses your attention on certain areas without having to think about flanks and things like that, yeah.
So the battles, or the combats at least, are fought kind of where they were.
Yes, right.
Instead of doing kind of crazy stuff off.
Right, yeah. There's no real wilderness battles. You're in the civilized area, around the waterways.
Awesome.
Yes.
So,
Which, actually, a lot of 1812, I mean, there was naval battles on the Great Lakes. There were, I mean...
half the units are ships.
Yeah, very cool.
Individual ships.
Yeah.
Like I did all the individual research on each ship, finding their broadside weight, calculating that, calculating expected damage to each one, and weighing those out in like ships, and finally came up with the values that I got.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very cool.
yes.
I've clipped it. It's ready to go. We just need to put it on the docket.
I'm very excited. It looks awesome.
Oh, the artwork is great. What everybody says is, the artwork. That's the only thing I didn't do.
Hey, we've seen your artwork in the other room.
That's right. That's good. Yeah, even Caceres did the artwork, and he did a great job. Yeah. Everybody says, oh, the artwork is so good. And yeah, like I said, that's the only thing I didn't do.
So the AMREV games that you've got coming up, those are a very different scale, different size. Yeah. What can we expect coming from those as well?
That's a tactical level game. I didn't want Labatai. I was looking for, originally, I had played the BOAR Saratoga game, and I wanted a Saratoga game, so I was looking for the Battle of the Age of Regions or the Labatai. But they don't have a game like that, so I said I'll just do my own. And here we are. And it's a funny story. So what I did is, I know Gilbert Collins, his favorite battle is Saratoga. How do I know that? Because I watch him all the time. So I sent him a copy of the game.
Oh, nice.
He reviewed my 1812 game before I put it out. So I sent him a copy, and he gave me some thoughts back. But it's hard to get anything done unless you go to the convention. So I went to the convention this year, and he was there. And, of course, I went with an extra copy. So when I got him there, I said, hey, this is great. You want to try it? So we tried a little bit. And then I sprung it on him, do you want to be the developer? And then he said, well, yeah, right. Well, I had set him up with that. I knew that. I go, hey, you want to be the developer? Oh, yeah, sure. So I sent him home with the copy because I had brought a copy. Of course, I had known this. I'm going to send him home with a copy, make sure it's all good. So then when he got home, he said, yeah. And then he called Bill Thomas, he sent him an email, and then everything went from there. It was easy from there.
Nice.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep. Yep.
So one question I have about it, with 4 different battles, you know, first and second
Yeah.
Saratoga, and then Hubbardton, and
Right.
what was the other one?
Well, the order would be July 7th, 1777 is the Battle of Hubbardton. That's a rear guard action. Now, that battle is the smallest one, fought on just an 8.5
by 11.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
11 sheet of paper with like 10 units on each side. But it was significant. What ends up happening is the British lose a lot of their light units. So Fraser goes into the battle as he goes in wanting the battle, but he knows it's not good for him. Okay, he gets talked into it by the commander of the 24th Major Grant, but Major Grant immediately gets killed. Right when the opening battle, he goes up on a stump to reconnoiter, he gets killed. So now Fraser's in a battle he didn't want, and the Burgoyne had sent Riedesel to reinforce him, but Riedesel was a superior, and Fraser didn't want him on the field because then he would not be the commander anymore. So he didn't want to call him to the field, so he was slow in calling him. So there are some reinforcements you can bring up. So the skinny of it is Fraser loses a lot of his light troops.
Okay.
So that battle, if you're playing the campaign, if you can win that battle, you can bring the bigger light troops to the Saratoga battle. If you lose that battle, you bring the less troops to the Saratoga. Okay, so I tied it together like that. Then you move to the Bennington battle, in which Baum was just completely surrounded in a hedgehog position. And that's where they lost about 800 German mercenary troops, and they lost the confidence of the Germans, basically, because they lost all their troops, and they didn't trust Burgoyne too much after that. They got
Can't
routed.
imagine why.
Yeah, right. Yeah. They got routed off the field. That was a month later in August. Then you come to September, which is the Battle of Freeman's Farm. Well, they ended up losing 800 Germans, about 1,000 German troops, and then the light troops from Hubbardton. And so if you can win the Battle of Bennington, you can extract those troops and bring them with you to Saratoga. Okay? So it's tied together like that if you play the campaign. You can, of course, play in each battle individual. So you come to the game with either more troops or less troops to Saratoga. You fight that one, and then there is the second Battle of Saratoga, the Battle of Bemis Heights. At this point, though, Burgoyne's number is up. Yeah.
And Bemis Heights is where I think Benedict Arnold
Yes,
kind
right.
of
Yeah.
control.
Right.
And they had a
the
fortified
counterattack.
position
Yes,
a
yes.
little bit.
The Balcarres redoubt
we played that.
and the
That
Bremens
was-
redoubt.
Yeah.
Yes, right. Yeah, yeah.
So I know that all the battles are different sizes. If someone wants to play, those, what do the times look like for play time?
Oh, Hubbardton can get done in a couple hours. Saratoga's bigger. You got bigger brigades. That can be done probably in about 7 hours.
So if you played the whole campaign as a weekend.
Oh gosh, that'll take you 10, a little bit longer if you want to play all 3 of them.
Okay.
Or all 4 of them, let's say. Because there's 2 battles at Saratoga, right?
Yeah.
You might lose on the first battle, though, and that might be the end of you. Right? So you might play 3.
Okay. Well, that sounds.
That's how that sets up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And looking at your maps, I know you've put them together, and then Gilbert did some of the art, I
Yeah,
think,
right.
I think they look good. I mean, you've got some pencil drawings on there. It looks really almost, to be honest, Rick Barber-esque.
Oh, wow.
In some ways.
Because that's my inspiration.
Yeah.
It's a Rick Barber inspired map.
Now, what I would
Right.
say is I think from a distance it looks like Rick Barber, but when you get up, it looks a little different. But it has that same type of...
Rick Barber's were more topographic maps. I started as a topographic map, but then through talking to Gilbert and through development and stuff, we just went to slopes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think they look great.
Yeah.
Playtest, I think it looks great. So
it does matter what things look like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
people
yeah.
want to play stuff that looks good, especially play testing.
Yeah,
It's
and I
gotta look nice.
noticed with what you've got set up there, it's not a lot of stacking and stuff. The counter densities seem to be fairly reasonable.
Right. Yeah, it's slow stacking. 2 units at the most. Really, stacking is 1, excepting some certain situations.
Which I think that is also something that
Yes.
is helpful to people who are
No
maybe newer to
facing.
wargaming.
Yeah,
and
there's no
getting
facing
into
or
it.
anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I saw those and I'm like, oh, those look like they're like easy enough to get into. They're not
Right.
scary. There's some scary games in
14
that room
pages.
right now.
14 pages of rules. Yeah,
Yeah.
with diagrams and stuff. It's no big deal.
And is there decent enough for solitaire play? 'Cause
Oh yeah.
everyone's going to ask.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's not a chit draw, but it's a chit purchase.
Oh, okay.
So
you buy certain events or actions.
Yeah, you roll for your command points, if you will, and then you buy your chits.
Oh,
Right. So there's certain. If you played, you guys have played GTS, CSS.
we have not played.
No.
We
Not
played
GTS, but CSS.
Company
Okay.
scale, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got some features in there with the direct command chits and the formation chits and then the division chits doing different things.
Okay.
Okay, so it's got some of that. You have an attack chit, you have a march chit, you have the brigade chits, and you have the army chits.
Okay,
Okay, so they each do different things, but you purchase them at different rates.
got it.
Okay, so and the money can come in at 2 to 12.
So
Okay,
that's,
yeah.
That's a lot.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Although of course, play testing has revealed that doubles are, if you roll doubles, you just get 7. Because what happens is, you wouldn't think 2s and 12s, but I'll roll a 2 and then the guy will ultimately roll a 12. You'll have 10 points difference in money, and that's just too much. Yeah, so to keep things consistent, doubles are 7. It's the same with, like, if you play BCS, you have the snafu rolls.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so, right. Well, you have a kind of like a snafu roll for your leader. Okay, so you
Okay.
got a table, you got to roll to see what your leader can do. Okay, so it's that's another thing. Yeah, that's I don't know. You'll see that in BCS, right? It's something I took from there, if you will, or something similar.
Yes.
Yeah.
So one question I have: 4 battles in this one box.
Right.
Have you eyed other battles in the line down the line?
Yes. So I've looked at the Philadelphia campaign.
Okay.
And I know Gilbert has talked about 7 Years' War. So
Okay.
he thought about the play.
Doing
This could be
something.
applied to Frederick the Great.
Nice.
Yep. So yeah, or
Interesting.
even not Wilderness, but French and Indian, if you will.
Okay.
Sure.
I always call Wilderness War because of the game.
Yeah, because
right.
we've all played
Yes,
Volko loves that.
But we're right on. But we're talking about French and Indian, or the 7 Years' War in America.
yeah.
So, is there a title for the box that's going to have all 4 of them in?
I think I'm going to call it Burgoyne's campaign.
Nice.
Yep. And the series Turning Point.
Okay.
Turning point. Okay.
And
Yeah.
how far out is that from us being able to look at it and get it?
I say a year.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say a year because I got to play test the heck out of Bennington. Then it's got to go into art.
Do you
And
need
then-
play testers?
Yes, and we have a vassal coming.
Okay.
I got a vassal for Saratoga already. Someone was working on that, and they've got it done, except the backs of the British counters. So we do have a vassal coming for that. So play testing, yes, and via vassal too.
Well, we have some viewers that might be
How would people contact you if they wanted to get in on that action?
Oh, I can give you email. I can read it to you. I can put it in the thing. What do you like?
We will have it in the comments.
Very good.
In the description below.
Yep, we'll do.
Awesome. And
Yeah,
are
yes.
you looking for that now, or is that later?
Oh yeah,
down the line?
immediately.
Awesome.
Yeah, the sign in there says playtesters
Yes,
wanted.
immediately.
So.
Yes, we got to play test those games. Hubbardton and Saratoga are ready.
Okay.
Bennington is the one that needs some work. Like I said, I just finished the pieces of the map, scooped it up, and wanted to display it here so people could look
Yeah.
at all 3 of them at the same. And push the counters. I started pushing the counters and going, ooh. Boy, maybe the Continentals have a tall order. So, the first turns on games really are critical. So,
Yeah.
I don't want to script the first turn because then you might as well just start with the second turn. But you have to, get it, kind of guide it.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
right, yeah.
You don't want a total sandbox experience because then
Sometimes.
it's not historical.
Yes,
Well, sometimes
right.
you do.
Right. With Saratoga, there's certain brigades that met at certain times. So
Yeah.
I tried to get all the actors to the right stage at the right time. But that doesn't always work, right? Dice go where they go.
And that's the beauty of war games and why we play them, because who
Yes.
knows what might happen at the mercy of the
Yes,
dice.
right. All rolls are based on 7, and then if you don't roll a 7, it just screws up everything, right? Everything goes bad. So there you are.
Awesome. Well, I am very excited for that.
Yeah.
And getting a quad pack with different size games in it,
Oh,
so
yeah.
that you can link it to a campaign, that's awesome.
Right,
I think it's
right.
going to appeal to a lot of different people as well. So, and having seen what you've got, it looks very cool as well.
Yeah.
I'd love to play it. Anybody wants to play test, we'd love to get that on the
Yep.
table. That would be great. Yes.
So yes, thank you very much for sitting down with us. Appreciate you spending some
I
time
do.
with us. And appreciate you everyone for watching. I've been Alexander from playersaid.com.
And I'm Grant.
Yes.